Good morning, fellow teachers. I am really proud that you came here to this talk. This is really amazing and inspiring that I get to inspire you so much with my story. So let me start with my birth story. I was birthed by my mom, my lovely mom, and she noticed that I was having some issues not ahead of my sister because we were twins, we were born twins, and so my sister was ahead of me in walking, talking, and doing everything in general. And so my mom was curious. She said, "Whoa, this is it's very weird. How is my son just very neat in terms of walking and talking and crawling and even there was some weird things when I was doing that." And so she went to every single doctor. My parents, in general, went to every single doctor. At first, they said, "Oh, don't worry, your son has nothing's wrong with your son." And then there came a point where my mom kept noticing the issues and the struggles that she had, noticing me that I had this special case, by the way, which was cerebral palsy. And she later went to a doctor, a friend of hers. A friend. She was she was actually not a real friend because she did tell her the truth, but she said it in a very mean way. She was like, "Your son will never walk. He'll never talk. He'll never do amount to anything in life." And instead of my parents being frustrated and angry and saying, "Why did she say this? Why is this? We can't help our son." No, they kept going, and especially my lovely mother, she helped me she read to me scripts and magazines and she trained me in multiple workshops and I started to train and do all these wonderful things. Now, I wouldn't say it was an easy journey. I would say it was a simple journey, but it was a very, very tough journey. My parents and I had to overcome for me to reach this stage where I'm talking to you here and I'm really enjoying the talk and it's really inspiring. And even when I reached a point also when when I grew older that I wasn't able to walk at all. My knees suddenly, I went to the floor. My knees weren't able to make me walk. And so when I reached that point, I made surgery, both my legs, the right leg and the left leg, and both of them I did here approximately 6 surgeries and here like 7 surgeries. And so it was a very difficult time. I had some trials and tribulations. And at first, I didn't know what was the wisdom in that. But then I started to realize that this is really a hero story. And I want you to realize that every single person with any field has his or her own hero story where they went into difficult times, into trials and tribulations, and they started to doubt who they are. They started to doubt, for example, their abilities. But then as they started doing their abilities and doing their work, they said, "Oh, I'm good at this." And they started to continue and everything was awesome. And then they said, "Oh, I can do this. I'm the hero of my own story." And that feeling is much more wonderful than the trials and tribulations. And I want you to realize what I realized that I didn't realize back then, right now, is that every single hero's journey has some trials and tribulations. And those trials and tribulations are the thing that makes you the best hero you can ever be. And with friends and family, they are the ones who make you as a hero even more stronger. And that's what I wanted to tell you about my story. And also, what I realized then, what I realized now that I didn't realize then was even the trials and tribulations were such a blessing because God was telling me, was lifting my rank up so I can do better in the world and I can inspire billions and billions of people in this world, and including you here, teachers. And I'm very proud that I am able to talk to you here and just see your smiling faces. And so that's when I was older, and so I'm right here. I'm happy to speak to you. And in terms of my schooling, a lot of people want to know, I was first in the international schools group of the MAM. It was a very amazing school. It has like different activities, and it was very fun, to be honest. And because of issues that will not be described, we went to another school, which was a little bit more worse in terms of the activities, because it was COVID time. And so when it was COVID time, there was literally no activities. It was boring, it was dull. All we ever did was study, sleep, and eat, and go home. And so it wasn't really that fun. But even in that time, and in the other trials and tribulations in school, and in my case, I learned that trials and tribulations also make you become disciplined so much, and it really helps you in life. Discipline when you don't want to do something, when you're not motivated, when you don't have the desire, is what guarantees you success in the long term. Always think in the long term. Don't ever think in the short term, because a lot of people say it's not working now, so it's never gonna work, and they fall into that short-term pleasure, and they don't reach high places in life. And so I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for attending this beautiful talk, and I hope you really enjoyed it.